Are you making this mistake when taping your batons? My name is Sarah and I teach the basics of baton twirling. My first tip is use tennis tape. I would say most brands of tennis tape work really well. This one is Wilson, the one from Amazon, great. Any of the sporting goods stores that you go to, I would say they have pretty great tape as well. Next, go ahead and unwrap the tape. So just pull this tape part off and then unravel the entire thing. There you go. And you'll see that it comes to a point right here. So see, it's a little bit smaller than the rest of the tape there. I've taped off my baton to make it a little bit easier for me to see where to tape. First, you'll see that I have the middle taped off. I also have the middle, between the middle and the end of my baton taped off. Same with the other side. Typically, that's where your diddy dots would be if you have a baton that has the flutes or the diddy dots that are kind of indented into the baton. I'm going to start at the top of my baton, at the top of that tape there. And any tape that I've ever used, I've always had this little sticky part right here. So take it off the little end. When you put it on the baton, make sure it comes down. You can see that it's at an angle on my baton here. Next, I've never met a piece of tennis tape that did not have this lovely film on it. So just go ahead and rip it off of your tennis tape. The tape won't stick to anything, so it doesn't have actual glue on it. So the tape is just grip. So you'll want to take that film off or your entire thing will get messed up. I do want to hold on to it with a finger. Just make sure you're holding on to it as you tape. Secondly, the most important part that most people get wrong when they tape a baton, you need to pull the tape as you wrap it. So you can see that I have kind of like a loose grip, but I'm gonna slightly pull on that as I start to wrap it around the baton. So let me try to get as close as I can. And you can see that I'm just gonna kind of make the connection with that first piece up here, but I'm gonna start angling it down as I go. But as I go, you can kind of see that it's see this little indentation right here? That's what I'm wrapping around as I go down. This will take you a few times to do, but you can see, I just kind of lift it up and then pull it again. So it's very important, that pulling piece. I don't know if you can tell, but like as I'm doing it, I'm holding the baton, I'm kind of pulling the baton away and pulling the tape toward me as I wrap. This might take you a couple times to do, so just get a piece of tape that you can take off and practice with again if you want to practice taping your batons. And again, this is a full wrap, so you can see there's no space in between my tape. Maybe I might create another video if you want to see how a lot of competitors tape their batons. I do not recommend pattern tape. It makes it a little bit harder. And I just kind of do a check, like how much baton do I have left? And that's why I think it's important to tape off the batons. If your hand cramps, just shake it out, keep going. Do not let go. If you let go, you have to start over. I never do a full, like I don't just wrap it around. I do a little bit and then I turn my baton. So you can see I'm using my other hand to turn my baton as I do this. And then I pull it down a little bit at a time. So I'm probably doing about half the width of the shaft as I'm wrapping the tape around it. You can see I still have plenty of tape and I don't have that much baton left. So I'll show you how I cut this off after I am done wrapping it. Okay, now I've gotten to the end of my baton. You can see I still have some tape left. Hold the tape with your thumb. You can kind of pull it down a little bit. So I just hold it in my hand with a thumbs up and hold it in place. And then I'm gonna cut the tape at an angle. So you want it to go in the same angle that the tape has already gone in. So you can see, I should have gotten better scissors. Here we go. Well, I already know where I'm cutting, so I'm gonna unravel it a little bit so I can cut this better. There you go. And you can see I just have an angle on my tape now. Like that. Now that I've finished taping the baton, I'm going to get the tape that was around the tennis tape. So do not throw away this tape. And take off the little sticky thing, or the thing that hides the stickiness. And then I'm going to use most of this tape on the loose end because this one's already tied down by the wrapping. So I just take off the film. Probably shouldn't have taken off the whole thing, but then I just wrap it around kind of in the same exact motion to keep that little tag down. You could cut it, but hey, I'm just making a video. There you go. And then I take this part to make it even and I just put it around the other side. So now my baton is nice and even. If you want, you can save some tape to put it in the middle of your baton just to show where the middle is. Let me know if this was helpful and if you want me to do it with a different color next time so it's easier to see where I am wrapping the baton. Make sure you're following me for more baton twirling tips with my newly taped baton.